Today I'd like to show you how to replace both of these sashes on a all Ultrex glider, also known as the new Marvin Essential line. So I'm going to show you on this older glider on how to do it and on a newer Essential. They're both practically the same thing. There's been some design changes throughout the years. There's been 3 different changes that I can think of. I don't have the middle change here to show you, but you'll get the general idea. So let's get started. So first, let's go ahead and unlock the window. We'll open the window like this. There's a latch over here and there's a latch over here. Just press down on these latches like this and move it in and take it out and set it to the side. Let's start by go ahead and removing this weather stripping right here. I like to use a stiff, sharpened putty knife to get in the groove here to get this out. Go ahead and we'll put that in there like this. Go ahead and set that to the side. Next, we'll go ahead and remove this head jam parting stop. There's a slight gap here. You want to go ahead and get this in there and just gently remove that like that and set that to the side. We'll do the same thing here. There's a slight little groove here. Set that in there like that and just work your way all the way down. Next, we'll go ahead and remove this screw down here. And we should go ahead and remove this weather stripping out of the way. Before I forget to tell you, take this piece, go ahead and remove it and set that to the side. Now, remove this little piece of foam. You can move it out of the way. It's just a little dust block. Hopefully you can see this little bracket here. This is the first generation, if I remember correctly. This may look different than what you have. But with this particular one, there's a little clamp here, and you just have to push this little bracket out of the way. There was actually a putty knife where Marvin used to sell that had a notch cut out. Really not necessary. You just put that in there, push those in, and then you can take this sash and you can pull it out. Now we can go ahead and remove this little cover out of the way, it's just friction fit. We'll go ahead and remove this screw here. Okay, now that we got that screw out of the Euro groove block, we can go ahead and take a putty knife and put it right here and pull the sash right out. Now, if you have a window that's installed that has been over foamed, you may need to take a little pry bar to try to lift up on your frame a little bit. Just so you can get this in here, or use a thinner putty knife. But once you get this in here, like that, the sash comes right out. The sash comes out the same as the other one, and when you put it back in, just take your putty knife back here at the top, just like this, so you don't damage the top. Push it back in like that, and just reverse the whole process. You can lift it straight up and take it out just like that. At this point, if you needed to replace any of these components, this piece on this older one actually slides right out. On the newer one, there's actually a screw that's at the bottom here that has to be removed in order for you to replace this. And this is the part that holds your screen on. Okay, we got that part off. So if you needed to replace this, this actually slides out just like that, and you can replace that as well. And if you need to replace this interlock, this just slides down just like this. Just slide it all the way out. You cannot pop it in or out. And that also gives you access to the screws. If you ever have to replace this lock, there's a piece of aluminum in here. If you remove these and you tilt the sash up, that piece can slide down one way or the other, and you won't be able to get your screws to line back up. So be very mindful of that. And obviously, when you get your new interlock on, it just slides on just like this. And then you can put your little end cap on like that. It's also another good time to point out, if you ever need to get some information off your window, here's the original factory tag. And if you give the factory this number down here, or your local dealer the number, it tells you the order number and all the information about this particular window. On this window, we're going to go ahead and set this back in here like this. Make sure it's in this groove here. Make sure it's seated in all the way, and it's pushed all the way this way, and just snap it in there just like that. Go ahead and put our screw back in. put our seal weather stripping back into place. Just a friction fit, you just push it in. Okay, we'll go ahead and put our parting stops back on. Start at the bottom. Okay, we'll go ahead and put a little bend into this, just like that. And then push it in all the way. You shouldn't see any gap here. Then we'll go ahead and put the top piece in. It's got a little notch here for this. Under there like that. Push that in all the way. We'll go ahead and put our weather stripping back in at the top, just like this. Then we'll go ahead and put this back in. Put the little latches down like that. Just like that. So there you have it. That's how you replace the sashes on a all Ultrex glider and the new Marvin Essential glider. So if you found this video informative, please consider hitting the subscribe button below, and that helps me out. Thank you for watching and have a great day.